Hey guys, Riley the Nerd here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers 2007 Leader Class Optimus Prime. Yes, so little background on this figure. I've had this figure for ever since the movie came out. My dad bought this figure for me, and basically he was very hard for me to transform back then, but now I've kind of got used to the transformation, so now I'm actually doing a proper review and looking at him. And he's been on my shelf basically forever, and I just never took a look at him, but now we are. So, here he is. He's a very chunky boy, as you can see. It's very accurate, the film, if you really want to call it that. The only thing that is really accurate is the front and the flames, and not even the size. This was not the size of Optimus Prime in the movie. He was a little bit longer, and also he didn't have all this junk sticking on the bottom here. But I do like that they have rubber wheels for him, so that's awesome. And he rolls very smoothly, especially on this. So that's very nice. And I do love how he has tinted windows instead of clear windows, because tinted windows make your vehicle modes look better because you can't see any of the junk that's hiding inside. So take notes, Takara. Jesus. Get on it, Takara. Jesus. So, basically, as you can see, some of the stuff is peeking out because this figure is so old, and as you can see, some paint chipping all around here. So, when this figure came out, he was about 40 bucks. That's what I could research, but I think he goes for a little bit more now. And also, you can see that the smokestacks are gone. Some of the parts are missing, so when I transform him, you'll see that some parts are not properly in place or whatever. But I do love that the Autobot symbol is there, so that's great that it's still painted. So if you can zoom in on that, there you go. So I still like that, how it's like that. So a little bit of red freaking hair. I love how the hair, never mind. I love how the Autobot logo is just like has a little bit red on there, so that's awesome. So not much to really go on here. So yeah, I guess we could just start going to the transformation before this video goes on for like an hour. So, what you want to do is that you want to split this like that, and then you have these headlights coming out. Then, what you want to do, by the way, I kind of looked up some videos on this figure, and I might make up some stuff, so just beware. Then you kind of have to pull these bits out like so, kind of like that, split this apart, split that apart, and then you want to fold that like that, and that kind of looks how he looked when he first transformed in the first movie, where he rolled up to Sam and Michaela, that's her name, and then he starts transformation, and that's how he looked in the film when he first transformed. So it just looks like a freaking Michael Bay action mess, but I can't doubt it too much because it's very accurate to the film. Then what you want to do is that you're going to come back here, and then you're going to have to kind of detach these, so then they kind of roll on the side here, like so. Split the back wheels like that, and then you want to split them apart like so. There we go. And then we'll kind of leave that as is. And oh god, this is just already a colossal mess. Then you want to pull his feet like that. Then this is going to be his like kind of kneecaps, I guess. So if I can kind of fold it out. And some stuff I may have to transform off camera. And then right here, you do that. And you flip this part here. And then it actually transforms the feet. Like so. Then on the back here, well actually on the front here, you kind of have to, can't really see it, but here we go. So right over here, you kind of have to kind of fold this out. Then you see his head start to poke out, so then you kind of lift that up, bam. Then you kind of have to, I'm kind of making stuff up as I go along, guys, so I hope you don't mind. Then you kind of have to Oh, frick! Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I'm gonna have to stand up for this one. So, this bit here is actually gonna swing like so. I'm gonna have to stand up for this. Then it's gonna go like that. Then it's gonna fold in the back like so. And then it's gonna go like that. Then you're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Then you kind of have to fold this up again. And then fold it like so. And make sure that everything fits together really nicely. Okay, the back is fine. Then, these parts here are going to have to kind of fold out just a little bit. Okay, so let's go on to the arms. Well, actually, the hands. Oops, and he's fallen over. Okay, so then right here, you want to actually fold that out like so. Then, this part here, this little great piece, you kind of have to fold it down like so. Then you fold out his arms. His hands, sorry. Bam. Fold it in. Then you take this and fold it like that. Then do the exact same thing. Sorry, guys. It's kind of hard because he's bumping my thing. But let's keep doing. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. Then you want to fold this. Pull that apart. Fold that. Close that in. And hopefully this will snap in. It doesn't like to snap in, so I'm going to have to... He does not like to snap in. His arms do not like to snap in because he's so old. Fold that in. And then I'm going to have to pull him off camera for a second so I can give him that, to make it look like he's part of the thing. Here we go. I am probably doing this wrong, but you know what? I don't care. Okay. 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 So, stretch out that. Make sure everything's folded in. And then make sure his torso is plugged in like so. Bam! There we go. So here he is in robot mode. Okay, now, he may look like a jumbled mess of parts, and you be right. Now I'm going to have to pull my camera back so you can actually get him in frame. Bam. Now, the transformation may look like pure cancer, but I can assure you that transforming him on camera is definitely challenging because, you know, fumbling around, camera knocking over, freaking all that. But transforming off camera, not so much. I've done the transformation at least like 5 times, so I can't be too hard on it. But how does the actual figure hold up after all these years? Does it still hold up? Kind of. We'll get to that later. But let's move on to the details. What these Hasbro and Takara figures are very nice in their robot mode is have all the mechanical detail on here. Because the vehicle mode, it was just not really accurate to the film. But as the transformation goes on, you can see all this mechanical detail. I'm sorry that you can't see his head, but I'm kind of focusing on the arms here. So you see all this mechanical detail here on the legs, on the chest, obviously, and then even on this part of the arm. And even the back has mechanical detail. And to be honest, I think the back kibble is actually fantastic. I think they managed the kibble on this figure very well, except for the truck bit feats. I kind of hate it, even though I'm not transforming them right. But even this cannot even transform even a little bit. All the videos I've seen, they transformed him and they just leave the feet there. But the back kibble is probably the best that I've seen on any Hasbro figure because they just mostly shove their kibble in the back. So maybe I'll put this guy next to Strafe, how good he is. Because, like, even though that the vehicle mode is not the greatest, but the robot mode is not that great either. But it's still good, even though that's not fantastic or great. So I'll put him up there with Strafe. So But let's move on to some issues that I have with the figure. The issue that I have with this figure are a couple of reasons. One, this. If you can see here. Now, if I push his head down, and you have this automorph thing, that is not bad. I like that. But he used to make lights and sounds, and he used to talk. I hate that. I hate lights and sounds on any transforming figure. I hate it because it messes with the structure and the integrity of the figure, okay? I don't need lights and sounds, okay? Just give me an automorph transformation and that will be fine, okay? Because every single time when I pick in this guy up, he makes, I am Optimus Prime, and I'm like, shut up, shut up. So good thing that the batteries in this figure died. I freaking hate lights and sounds. So I'm going on a little rant here now. And the other thing that I hate is the feet. Now, the feet on first glance do not look that bad. I'm gonna have to move my thing. Okay, as you can see, the feet on this figure are not that bad. They're very good. They're very accurate to the film with the two toes, but just look underneath that. You see that there? That is the bottom of the that is the front of the goddamn truck. Why? Why, Hasbro? Why did you design your figure like this? Why make your important vehicle parts should be at the bottom of your goddamn foot? Because, thank God this hasn't happened yet, because they didn't paint it. It's just plastic. But these headlights here, I'm afraid they're gonna get scratched up. And even some of the paint on here with the mechanical, like, with the Autobot logo and stuff like that. So good thing that they didn't paint it, like, silver. And that's probably, like, another issue that I have with the figure. Most of it is unpainted. But thank God for that, because if this part was painted, it would have paint chipping galore. And, just, I had to point this out, the Masterpiece Optimus Prime figure from Takara, he also had the exact same issue, where the bottom of his feet were his truck mode parts. Why? Why? Like, why do Hasbro and Takara insist on putting important parts on the back or on the bottom of their goddamn foot? My brain is stressing because I hate it so much. But, the only thing that makes me not hate it even more is that it's painted. If it was painted, it would have paint chipping galore, and I would absolutely hate it. But, good thing that it's not painted. So, good job, Takara, Hasbro. Okay, now, moving up to the actual big boy. He is one of the biggest Transformers I have. He is huge. He is humongous. I have to, like, literally have to do this to even get him in frame. But I will try to do my best to, like, make it so that he's not so huge. Or make sure that he's, like, in frame, kind of. So, let's move on to the articulation of this guy. So, the articulation of this guy is pretty good. I would say it's not that great, but it's good. It's okay. So, let's move on to the hands here. Let's move on to the, kind of do that there. And kind of make sure that everything fits together on my thing so it doesn't fall over. Okay, hold on. Okay, so, gonna have to do this. I know it's awkward, but he's so huge, I just can't. So, it's his arms here, they untab a little bit too easily. There's a tab in there, and it just untabs, but since he's so old, it just doesn't like to go. But, he has a soft ratchet joint, and he has a ratchet joint in and out movement, and he has a bend at the elbow, or actually, he has a double bend at the elbow, actually. So this part moves, so this bends with a ratchet joint, and then his actual, like, elbow, so he has a double bend at the elbow, which is awesome. And for his hands here, so he has a ball joint at his thumb, and then he has his fingers here. So let's move here. So he has a ball joint at the thumb here, and then he has a little, what's it called? A bend at this part here. So, at the, from this trigger finger here, and then we have all the three rest of his fingers are just, this one has, wait, does he have individual fingers? No, I don't know why these two have hinge joints, and these two here don't. It's kind of weird. But anyway, that's for the paint. Oh, I didn't even do the head. His head has just a, and also you can see the lights in there when I turn his head. So, but he doesn't have a ball joint, he just has a rotation, so that's kind of sad. And he does have a bend at his mid-cap, like, not his, like, what's his thing? His, like, chest area, so then he can bend, so he can crunch like that, and, so it snaps in perfectly. And right over here for his feet, for his legs here, he has a ratchet joint at the leg here, and then so he can kick that far and move back that far. The back kibble kind of gets in the way, and then he has a bend at the knee. That is all he can bend, and then he has a that's basically how far he can bend. And for the toes, because it is an automorph feature as well, so it just literally does that. So there's no articulation, but he does have a pretty good pivot. So, you know, can't be too mad at it. So he does have some pivot, which is awesome. And then he has a squeaky ratchet joint at the, what's it called? The legs here. So then he can get he could do the full splits. Look at that beautiful spread. And, okay. Now, I think that, he did have accessories, which was, he had this automorph gun feature. I don't know where it is anymore, but you would swing this open and you would collapse around the arm. So that's pretty cool, I guess. But that's pretty much it for the articulation. But I do like how they intended to pivot. So that's good. But the main gimmick of a leader class figure is that the fact that it's big and it can transform. Good enough already, okay? I don't need lights and sounds up here, and I don't intend to have this. If I ever see this again, I will throw this figure in the trash. Just kidding. But, you know, I can't be too mad at it. Very well sculpted figure, too. Painted, awesome. But I do like how the majority of the figure is unpainted, so that's pretty good, guys. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't care what you do, but you guys know what time it is. So, bye, guys.